Okay.
So we had a little camera glitch. I ran out of memory on my other Canon, so we're using the Droid. I left off at the intercostals, and if you don't find any problems, then you move on. Then I go into the abdominal area where I do the pecs, and that's where we're going to start. I'm going to start with the old cross fiber. I don't feel any adhesions in there, so we're good to go. So now I'm going to rake this belly to bring the back up. Then I'm going to do digestion, movement, and energy sweep. And that's all I do in the bottom. Okay, we're about ready to end this horse. I love that saying. I'm ready to end this horse. For you brighter people, you'll understand.
Okay, MySpace and Dr. Oxford. Really? You have one?
Periodically, I just look around, look at my horse, and see what we're doing.
Okay.
And when I see them relaxed, we're happy. Sometimes I'll get them animated at like a certain something I'm doing, and I'll spend more time in that area when they become animated because they're enjoying it. And they're pretty much saying, "Hey, stay there. That I like that. Do more of that." One of the questions I get asked is, how much pressure do I use on a horse? The answer, as much as you can or as much as they will allow. I've had horses that just didn't like a lot of pressure, like people. And so I had back off the pressure. Others, I couldn't give enough pressure. And when I finally got mad, I jammed my thumb into the spot. They go, and they liked it. So just like when I get body work, I like hard work. It's just my personality type. Horses have the same type of personality, from soft to aggressive, as you well know. So you gotta tailor your program to them, and it's nice to have a few things in your arsenal. Bag of tricks. At some point I'm going to do a video on tonifying. Rather than just sedating and relaxing, we're going to tonify between events to get your horse ready to go instantly, get out and perform. That video is coming at some point. I always do on the first horse a complete treatment. I never do spot treatment at first. I do a complete treatment, let the body bring itself into balance and see what the residue is, see what's left behind that needs to be done. Oftentimes everything clears up and we don't have a problem. But between events, let's say you're a hunter jumper, you're going to find stress in the withers, the neck, atlas, pole area, and back in this area. And so you can do a complete treatment on a horse, and then between events you can just hit those spot areas. You don't need to do the full treatment. Just certain stress areas where they are known to be sore. On your thoroughbred racehorse, you're going to find them sore in the left front shoulder and right hinds because of the type of their sport. So you do a complete treatment on them. The racehorses, you don't work on them in between because they only do one race a day. And but that's where you're going to find the problem. This is where I was telling you earlier about that horse that had been gelded. the owner said, don't go in there, and you can see why. But the horse said, please help me do that. I like this. It feels good. Question might come up, has this guy ever been kicked? Yep, I have. Have I ever been kicked in this area? No, I haven't. Also, when I work on a tail, pull a tail, I know people say, oh, never stand behind a horse. Well, since 1995, I've been working on horses. Pulled a lot of tails in my life, told a lot of tails as well, but pulled a lot of tails. Never had a horse ever once, I don't care how mean they were. And the reason is by the time I got to this area, the treatment was so good, the horse goes, oh, do whatever you want. Now, if I went there initially without doing my job, I could be kicked. So if you've done your job right in massage, you don't have to be so leery and scared of these things, because once you get them to melt under what you're doing, you got a buddy. And buddies usually don't hurt one another. Now for the keen eye, you'll notice I didn't do any stripping on this like I did in the front leg down to the muscle. And that's because I can always go back and do it. It does not have to be done in a particular order. I've done these techniques different ways many times out of boredom. I just wanted a different variety for myself. And it all produces the same end results. Spectacular benefits. So you can mix them up, venture out a little bit. Don't just make it a routine. Make it an adventure. I'm working still part of the skeletal system because